young wife to young widow with a child. Can you possibly imagine how that must feel? Well, if you haven't, we're going to do a real life scenario of what exactly is going on right now in someone's life where that just might be the unfortunate reality coming up in the video. Alrighty, kids, like I said in a little introduction there, I have the pleasure to be with my friend Ericel
Hi,
Crew,
everyone.
and she's married to my dear friend Monty Crew,
Mm-hmm.
and is the mother of my goddaughter,
Yeah,
Faith.
Faith.
Yeah, and we're kind of unhappy about doing this video together. I think the last time you and I did a video a while
A
back
long
was
time.
a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of along the similar lines as the last video. So,
Mm.
for those that don't know who Ericel is, or even Monty, Monty is the guy that 5 years ago you guys have got to blame for me starting a YouTube channel. Because I told him I
Right.
didn't want to do one. And he says, no, I saw a Facebook video and you need to do YouTube. So he came over and actually set the whole thing up for me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the gist of this conversation. You have been married to Monty for how long, Erica?
It's almost 7 years.
Almost 7 years, huh?
Yes.
So how long were you two guys together the first year or the first time that he was here?
Like we've been like a year.
So he was
Yeah.
here with you physically for 1 year.
Yeah. Yes.
And then what was it that made him leave? Why did he have to go back to America?
He had to go back to America for his company because he had a fence company there,
Uh-huh.
and the guy's been working for him. He
Uh-huh.
had to straighten them out.
So the employees, he had left the business in
Yeah.
the hands of these employees.
Yes.
And I think initially, from what I've gleaned from conversations with Monty, they were doing fine at first.
Yes. At first.
Uh-huh. And they
Yeah.
were sending him the money and putting it in the bank rather, and he was able to withdraw it. And you guys were able to do your thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then they went off the rails and started to kind of scam him a little bit.
Yeah.
Take them funds.
We're having a hard time for that too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you guys were having a tough time for that. And what else happened while he was gone?
He was gone for 2 years because that COVID hit, so he can't go back home. And I was pregnant with Faith, and he was not here when I gave birth to Faith. That sucks too.
That had to be hard.
Yeah, super hard.
So who was with you while you were?
I was actually with my brother living with me, and then he had to go back to school every day. So I was by myself taking care of Faith, and it's so hard because like somebody to have like you have to take nap first, and then while he's going to hold the baby. That's hard.
Monty was able to send you money during
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
But he missed the birth of his daughter,
Yeah.
and she missed initially knowing her father for what, the first 2 years of her life?
Yeah.
Wow. And what did
She's
you say?
like almost-
She says to see foreigners, and what did she say?
Yeah, every time we go to the mall, Faith saw a white guy. He said, and a bald guy. She said, "Oh, that's my dad. That's my daddy." Yeah.
Because she used to talk to him on Messenger, right? And Skype
yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So he would video chat with you guys. But you know, if anybody's had bad luck, it's been you guys. I don't mean to say
I know,
that to
I know.
be depressing, but it's the truth. And so we like to tell the truth here. And so you waited 2 long years for him to return.
Yeah,
I know
exactly.
he was chomping at the bit to get back to you and to finally meet and hold his little girl, who was 2 years old when he came back.
Yeah.
And then
She's almost 3 years old.
Almost 3.
Yeah, almost 3.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
And so what happened when he came back? Was it a great reunion? Did everything go cool?
Yeah, everything was great when he came back here. Everything were happy. We were so happy. And then after 2 days, he got a mild stroke.
Oh my geez.
Yeah. And then he recovered that one. And then after like 8 days, he's got a massive heart attack. We were at the restaurant that time, and we were eating dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly felt like, oh, I can't breathe. I feel like I'm throwing up. So he went to the bathroom by himself. and then he threw up a lot. And then after that, the owner of that restaurant told us, "Oh, do you guys need help?" Yeah. Then I asked Monty if do we need to go to the emergency room right now? They said no. I'm not gonna go home and relax for a bit. So we did go home, and then that night happened. We have we need to go to emergency because like it gets worse. He can't barely breathe, and his heart feels like somebody's punching him.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the first dilemma.
Yes.
And then I've talked to Monty and I said, is there anything that they can do to fix your heart? And initially they said, well, we could go in with stents
Yes.
and do all this and do all that, but it's going to cost X amount of pesos. And Monty, being stubborn and proud, he didn't have the funds to cover that at the time.
Yeah, we don't have a
And
fund.
so he just said, no, that's okay. And since then, he's talked to the cardiologist, and the cardiologist has told him that he really has heart disease.
Heart failure.
He did the heart failure, if he did the stents, that could kill him right there on the table.
Yeah.
And so that would be a dangerous procedure to have anyway.
Yes.
So, and I think he went through a couple of doctors in the process of getting that information. Because out here, finding a specialist is tough. Would
It's
you
tough.
agree?
Yeah.
All right. So he kind of got that settled down. He's decided that he's just going to try to live with the heart disease. And so I actually talked to him a couple of years ago, and he had gotten a diagnosis that he has had 1 to 3 years to live.
Yeah.
And he was told that to his face. And so what have the doctors been telling him now?
The last admission he got, the doctor told him that you only have like 6 months to live.
How long
That was
ago
like
was that?
December.
So that was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Is that from the heart?
Yeah, from the heart.
Now let's just add a little more fuel to this fire. He's also got what?
Right now, he's got cancer his nose, but it's already been taken out February.
So he has had reconstructive surgery on
Yes.
his nose.
Yeah, it's already done. It's already done here, and they took a lot, like half of his nose, and then they have to get the skin out here, so they can reconstruct it.
And then you got the news a while back that something else happened.
Yeah.
What's that?
Right now, he's got a lymph nodes here on the either right area here. It's big. It's kind of big, and then he got one here, and it's kind of tiny. But the doctor told us to like we have to do the surgery right away because there's a possibility that it will spread out in his body. Yeah.
Okay, so I think anybody watching this right now would, of course, what we're kind of trying to produce here is some good energy and some kind comments and some encouragement for Ericel. She's been a soldier throughout all this. She's been super loyal. Of course, you've been there attending to him.
Yeah.
You were married at a very young age. Did you think that life was going to be like this when you got married?
Not exactly.
I didn't think so.
Not exactly.
And so, how do you hold up? I mean, you've always got a smile on your face. You're always positive energy. You're always, you know, you're always moving forward. You never left Monty or left him to just be on his own or anything like that. You've always, you know, as the song goes, stand by my man. So that's just sort of your nature, I suppose. And how do you do it? I mean, how do you find the strength to do that?
I just have to be there for him because nobody will and nobody does.
You need a tissue?
I'm okay.
Well, I didn't want to do this video because I knew it would get emotional for you. But I did want to share this with folks that are familiar and know Monty from previous videos. I almost called you May. Ericel's been on my channel years ago, and we had a little chat, sort of a similar chat. I think when he first learned
Yeah,
about how to
yeah.
tech, yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
mostly like this.
uh, moving forward, so we're back in the same position that we were in when he had the initial diagnosis on his heart. It seems like this lymph node, and there's one here on his throat that needs to be removed.
Yes.
And so they said that, and then they would also like to go in and remove some other lymph nodes down below that
Yes.
so that it doesn't
So that it
spread
doesn't
any
spread, yeah.
further.
Yeah.
And the sooner we can make that happen, the better.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And
Because the lymph nodes happened like last month only. It's like a month now, but it gets bigger. It was like tiny thing, and then it gets bigger right now.
it was small. I just saw
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
getting large on the side of his neck. And so let me do this real quick.
Oh, you're prepared. Thank you.
No problem. So I guess our challenge or our request is for prayers.
Yeah.
As I know you're a woman of faith, I know that Monty is a man of faith, and that some encouraging words would be nice. And sometimes those will work miracles. And so anybody watching this right now, I'll speak for Ericel and then I'll let her close it out. I think that what she's looking for is just some word of encouragement and some prayer. What else can you tell us about your situation and how you're dealing with it and how you're trying to help faith understand it? What's it like to explain to your daughter? Or have
Actually,
you
it's
even
hard.
tried?
Actually, it's hard. Faith cannot understand it right now, but soon. Just we'll just hang in there, and then so a lot of people are praying for us also,
Okay.
and I know you will pray for us too.
Of course. And we're going to try to circle the wagons here with the boys in Dumageddon and see what we can do to help you with all this stuff and get you through it and get him through it. And I guess that's our video. Um, they're having a tough time. And
Very tough.
not all videos can be all giddy and happy. Sometimes we have to tell the brutal truth. And this is something that, for those watching, to think about medical and your own situation and where would you fit in to this kind of situation. And that's about it. Do you have a final word for the folks?
If you're watching here right now, thank you so much for supporting us. I know we haven't been doing the video lately, but I know you guys are still supporting us. Thank you also, Paul, for letting me here with your channel.
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. I hope I know that we are struggling right now, but later on, it will be good. And then something's good happened to us. Thank you so much, everyone.
All right, kids, we're going to leave it at that. And thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Thank you.